Well, today's Wednesday, it's the 17th of May 2023, and I am down in Magaluf, and I'm right outside the site for the Mallorca Festival, Mallorca Live Festival, which is going to be starting for me tomorrow. That's Thursday the 18th, and it looks like all systems go. As I was driving down, I could hear the sound checks going on. The stage is already set, the bars are already filling up, and lots of people around here doing lots of work. So if you fancy a Mallorca music festival, then this is it. It seems to be a month earlier than last year, and it is incredibly popular. And last year we drove past and it was causing all sorts of road chaos. So this year they've taken that in mind, and some of the roads are going to be closed off. But the festival's actually in the old Aqua Park car park, and the old Aqua Park as well seems to have been commissioned, but lots going on there. And it's just a little walk down from Magaluf. Some big bands are playing, not that I've heard of any of them. The Cooks, Chemical Brothers, to name but a few. The only one I do know is Pig and Dan, and I only know that because he's a neighbour of ours. And that all kicks off tomorrow, and lots of roads around here are going to be closed from 4 o'clock pretty much. That's going to cause a problem for the schools. Anita's old school is actually right next door to this, and they used to use the car park there for picking up and dropping off. Interestingly, I'm sure there's lots of toilets inside, but they've actually put toilets outside as well, those who need to. I'm just now walking into Magaluf. I didn't go as far as Western Water Park. Western Water Park is just a little bit further out there. Great water park if that's your thing. It's certainly lots of fun for the children with all the slides and things that you associate with water parks. It was actually closed earlier on in the week because we've had weather warnings, and we're still in the weather warnings. We're told that there could be storms at any time, yet here we've got lovely clear blue skies and glorious sunny temperatures, so it's really quite pleasant. I've got my long trousers on and wish I'd put my shorts on now. But up in the north, particularly the northeast, they've had some really quite dramatic storms, and even seen pictures of hail on the ground, making it look as though it snowed. But none of that really has happened too much down here. We have had some rain, and we've been in the car while it's been raining, but nothing really as bad as they've been predicting. Another thing they've suggested is that it could get windy a little bit later on. So, well, you just got to be prepared, haven't you? So I've got my brolly in my bag, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Another place some people have been asking me about is Karting Magaluf, just on the outskirts of Magaluf, just a short walk, and here you can race away to your heart's content. They do have different size vehicles for different people, so it will actually accommodate smaller children. Mobile disco just gone by. And they will accommodate small children with the slower vehicles. There is another circuit for them, or you've got the big, faster ones, and I think that is in 2 different categories as well. I will try and post the prices from their website, but certainly I think my children may have done that in the past and had lots of fun. And some of the children that I've taught have actually gone on to be professional or semi-professional racing drivers from karting. That's Karting Magaluf. It's a very busy road this is, but tomorrow afternoon it's going to be closed. So if you are heading down this way, well, you can't really. If you're going to the Mallorca Live, they have actually set up a car park in Palma at Son Moix, which is the Real Mallorca football ground. And the idea really is people can park there and then catch the bus in. And then there's lots of other bus services. But regular cars, no, you're not going to be able to drive anywhere near here. And the car park that I was going to park in now is actually closed to the public, and there's a guard on there and a fence across, and that's something to do with Mallorca Live. I think you have to get your bracelets or whatever it is that allows you in activated and make sure they're all sorted there. Of course, there's a bit of an issue. We're due to go to Pirates on Friday, so I'm a bit curious as to where we're going to park. Got a good view here of the racetrack. It's a good sized racetrack. Pity there's nobody on at the moment for me to show you, but it does look like lots and lots of fun. So I think the people who were very concerned about coming this week because of the weather, Mallorca's funny as far as weather forecast is concerned, and it's kind of difficult because it may well be pouring down with rain, blowing a gale in one part, but can be quite sunny in another part. And here today in Magaluf, we're just coming up, well, 12:30 it is now, and people have been out on the beach this morning. I'm sure they've been having a great time. See lots of these placards everywhere you go for the next couple of weeks. It's because we have elections here at the end of the month, and some of the wild things that you'll hear on the internet that the government are going to bring in are being proposed by these politicians really as vote grabbers. Whether any of them actually come off or not will remain to be seen. It's likely that many of these wild ideas will just get dismissed, forgotten about. And if you're wondering where Anita is, well, you might have guessed it's Wednesday today, so she's knitting, so she's with the Nitwits. Lets me get out on my own for a bit. You can see they've got some of the barriers out already. It's going to be very interesting the next 24 hours or so. So just behind this fence here, you'll see there's a big car park, more toilets and more barriers, and well, that's usually the car park that we use when we go to the Pirates Adventure, but that's not going to be available to us. It's now being used for the Mallorca Live. So this is the Pirates Adventure. Been going for a long time. Absolutely fantastic show, and we'll be down here at the end of the week. I'll give you a bit of a report on what we saw and what happened. This looks new. I don't remember seeing the skull before. Very colourful. Some students here out. There's always some stragglers at the end. Good luck to the teacher who's taking them out for a walk there. I'm just going to cross over here. So usually, and here we go. There's the Hotel Atlantic Park. Quite nice shady spot here. Gets you away from the road a little bit. So if you're walking to Pirates or you're walking to Western Water Park or even the Mallorca Live Festival, this is what you would do in reverse. There's another car park here. That could well be our backup plan. My guess is we could find all of these car parks very full when it comes to Friday evening. You can see across the road, there's another road there, and the barriers are already set up, ready to be put out to show that the road is actually closed. Dreams pub. There's actually quite a lot of bars, cafes along there, right down to the local. But I'll actually carry on just down into Magaluf this way. The A11, it's the airport bus just pulling in there. So this is one of the drop-off places if you come from the airport, more or less outside the Guadalupe. Guadalupe had a lot of Spanish pensioners over the winter. One of the things that the Spanish government organises is Inmerso, and so Spanish pensions come subsidised, and the Guadalupe was one of the hotels where they were staying. Just behind that, there's the BH Apartments, Mojito Beach, and then of course here we've got Elena, and then we've got Manos. Sure is warming up. Pint of lager, €3. Wow. I think I was paying double that in England when I was there. Although, having said that, I'd probably pay double that here as well. Clem's Windsor Bar, been here for years, donkey's years. And obviously still very popular.
Steve.
I just had a nice little chat from two ladies from Birmingham, and they're staying at the Guadalupe, having a lovely time. They came this week. They'd heard that the weather was going to be bad, but it hasn't been that bad, so they've managed to get out and about and really enjoy the time here. I was wondering whether Nicky Beach is open, and yes, it is indeed. You can see people wandering around inside there. Not a place I've ever been to or really know that much about, other than it's expensive. So they were telling me they like the piano bar, which is here. We've got Britannia. I'm just going to take a... Oh, there's Mr. Amazon. I bet that's not Jeff Bezos driving. The Amazon yacht has been moored off Mallorca for the last few days, and Jeff Bezos from Amazon, the owner of Amazon, one of the richest people in the world, has been on board. I'm expecting a delivery today, Jeff. I don't know if you're going to drop it by personally. Wouldn't that be something? It's a bit breezy coming down to the beach, but it's a nice warm breeze, so really pleasant. It looks a bit choppy on the sea. Oh yes, I'm now getting a nice breeze. I think maybe where I'm standing or walking, it's being funneled and turning into a gale now. Whew. And that's blowing up some dust. So here we are, Magaluf Beach. People in the sea, people on the sand, boats moored. Really beautiful. And sun shining. Beds are out. Always wonder about these bungalows at the end. These have been here obviously forever, but sitting right on the beach. Coming up to the first of the bars on this side, which is the Ancla Verde pizzeria. It's already busy. Just down there, the Titanic, that we've been going to during the winter time and during COVID. Seen quite a few Spanish students around. I'm not sure why that is. But a little bit later on this month, we're expecting hundreds, no, thousands of them to arrive for their end of year parties. Not usually to Magaluf, but normally to the other side of Palma, in the Playa de Palma. Has caused problems in the past, and the biggest problem was actually during COVID, when they allowed them to come, and they all went to a big concert at the Bullring, and from that concert lots and lots of people caught COVID, and a lot of the students who came couldn't go back because they wouldn't let them on the plane, and they were put up in a hotel which was designated the COVID hotel, which happened for anyone who was here who was in contact. They were accommodated. As far as I know, it didn't cost them anything. This is Tom Brown's. Always busy and always one of our favourite places. But look at that, it really is busy. I can't imagine why there are so many Spanish students around. Unless they're on some sort of a course. Or this is the Happy House, somewhere I promised to go to for their breakfast. $4.95. Eggs, bacon, sausage, beans, tomato, mushroom, a whole for $4.95. Well, that sounds like a bargain. See right in the middle there, I quite often get asked about toilets, but there's a WC with a wheelchair next to it, so that one's specifically for the disabled, and I think there's more next to it too. We are now starting to see more and more toilets on the beach. There's a green flag, that means it's good for swimming, good for going out onto the water, and a few parasols there. That's on some wooden decking, and that's specifically designed for disabled people. With wheelchairs, you can go along the wooden decking, you don't have to go into the sand, and much easier. And then they've got assistance there for people who are disabled to help them to get in the sea, so that they too can go for a swim. So that's really good, really interesting. Right, I could go a bit further, but I'm going to actually turn in now. This is Follies at Calvia Beach, right next to the Dakini Palace, which is all now working and running. And just noticed that the Policía Local there had stopped somebody who was selling things, which I think is one of the things they intend to clamp down upon. So we'll see. This is Lineker's Sports Bar. Anything to do with Gary Lineker other than his brother. And just on the corner here, Pizza Hut. Time for deliveries now, so the beer truck's here delivering the beer. Some work going on. Actually sanding down a sunshade there and giving it a coat of antioxidant. The Sol House Suite. Didn't go down quite as far as that, the Wave House. McDonald's over the road there. And Bet Point here. I'm just coming up now to the main street. The street behind just does have quite a few shops and bars, but I would really class this next one. McDonald's there, all along here there's lots of bars, lots of shops, lots of things, right down to BCM. Little walk down here, not going all the way down to BCM. BCM's just a little bit further down here. How about that? Menu, $9.95. Can't go wrong there, can you? It's, the past 2 or 3 years, Sinky's pub has actually been closed. But the really great news now is that Sinky's pub is back in action and open for business, so really good to see them open again. Just pop in, see if there's anyone there I can actually say hello to. Well, great to hear that Tommy's on the mend. His hips all gone really well at the operation, and he's just now got to take it easy, a little bit of exercise, and he'll be as good as new. Just going past Benny Hills now. I'm going to make my way back to the car. So thanks very much for watching, and well, see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.